Dog, imagine how much money I'll make after this, though. Alright, let's go.
Trying your luck, eh?
Crimson Desert. Legitimately one of the most anticipated games that I have seen from people. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Prada had no idea this game was even happening. How is it the most anticipated game of the year? Listen, I didn't know it was happening either, if I'm being completely honest, up to like probably a couple of weeks ago when so many people kept coming into stream and asking me if I was going to play it. Then subsequently looking it up and realizing that it was this big RPG. So overall, I was looking forward to it. I didn't have this huge hype that so many people had for it. Like, legitimately, the stuff that I've seen for this game is like people thinking this is going to be the next savior of PC games. Everything that came out from this game, the amount of people that were like, this game looks too good to be true, too good to be real. And I'm going to be honest, there was a lot of stuff in the promotional videos that to me did kind of have that aspect to it. So I want to give you guys my opinion so far on the game. I've been playing it for a little bit, done a couple of streams on it. Listen, I'm not too deep into it. I know it can get much, much deeper. I'm probably like 12 or so hours into it. I'm going to keep playing a little bit more. But so far, what I will say is I'm enjoying the game. I've seen the extremes on both sides. People saying they absolutely hate this game. It's the worst piece of shit ever. And then some people saying it's the greatest video game ever made. I'm landing somewhere in the middle. And kind of just being like I'm enjoying my experience so far with the game. So what are the good things? What are the bad things so far that I like? I like the world so far. The world is absolutely beautiful. Even though I'm playing on PlayStation 5, I'm going to be honest, as much as I wish I would have gotten it on PC, I don't know if my PC would have been able to handle playing this game in decent quality while streaming and recording at the same time, which is why I got it on my PlayStation 5 Pro. It's been running okay, but it has this certain look to it. A lot of the areas look very blurry, which I've seen that has been a continuous issue with PlayStation 5 Pros even, which kind of just gives the game a sort of like washed out type of vibe. But sometimes you just get a nice view in the game. You get to look out into the world, into the distance, and you see how big the world is, and it's kind of understandable how the game kind of has limitations, you know, on console especially, and if you don't have a super powerful PC. But the world is beautiful either way. I like running around in it. I like riding my horse in it. I like exploring and looking around and seeing all the cool things that are in it. I like going to towns and seeing all the different bounties. I have enjoyed the missions so far. They have a nice variety from like going to fight things to doing little story missions with characters to finding pickpockets and like tackling them and bringing them to camps where you can get money for their bounties. So far the combat is somewhere in the middle of like good and bad. The combat to me right now, being like, you know, less than 15 hours into the game, seems very simplistic. And what I mean by that isn't that it's, you know, this huge combat with a giant variety of movesets. I meant more like all you really have to do to defeat most enemies is just spam R1. And that's pretty constant throughout the game, and I can understand, and I see it in a certain lens. If you think about this game more like Dynasty Warriors when you're fighting regular enemies than like a Witcher or a Dark Souls or something like that, that type of combat makes more sense. Because, for example, yesterday I was fighting in a camp, freeing a camp that, no joke, I fought 100 plus enemies. Regular little guys, basically 2-3 shot, all of them. Very few times was I ever in trouble unless I killed myself like an idiot by accident. And in the camp you had a boss as well. Now this is one of the things that I would maybe consider a negative in the game so far. So you have so many enemies that are like 2 shots, simple enemies, 1 shot, R1 spam, kind of mindless. And then you run into a boss fight who just absolutely destroys you. A boss fight who takes so many hits and literally can stagger you and 2-shot you. The difference between like the scaling difficulty between the enemies and the bosses is so overwhelming that sometimes those bosses come at a surprise and you go, oh shit, I forgot I even needed to heal in this game. Like, no joke, the first time I played it, I didn't heal for 4 hours until I ran into a boss. And when I ran into a boss, I was like, wait, how do I heal in this game? Didn't even realize you had to eat food to heal until about 4 hours in. And then the boss was insane and used up all of my food. So like the difference in both the boss fight and the regular enemies, it's too big of a gap. I feel like either enemies should be a little more difficult and the bosses should be a little less difficult. At least that's what I'm getting so far. I could see maybe once the combat gets a little bit deeper and I get more powerful moves from the skill tree, it can get a little bit better, but for now it kind of lands in that position. But again, I'm like 15 hours into it, right? Some games are 15 hours long. I know this game is huge and is a massive RPG that can be up to like 200 hours, some people are saying. So obviously something like 15 hours isn't really all that much, but still, man, that's like 15 hours put into the game and we're still just kind of like, almost still feels like we're very, very, very early, like almost still in the tutorial phase where they're still kind of teaching you different mechanics of the game. And speaking of tutorial, by the way, the first like hour of this game is an absolute slog, dude. Like, I feel like you should start off way more with a bang right in the beginning, especially for an RPG, right? Keeping you interested. The tutorial of this game was just like a giant thing coming out, pausing the whole game, going, you could press R1 to attack people, and if you press L1, you'll parry and block. You know, it's like instead of teaching you through the game, kind of with little prompts, they just do this whole thing where they just basically, the whole game comes to a screeching halt and you do all these things back to back to back to back to back. They're all tutorial stuff. And then eventually you fucking forget because it was, 20 hours ago. Like, how do I do this specific thing again that it told me? One thing I kept forgetting how to do is literally within the first hour, they teach you how to like shoot a beam of light with your weapon. And that eventually I literally kept forgetting and having to look up how to do it like 3 different times. Maybe I'm just an idiot and I have a bad memory, which is true. But that was kind of annoying. The story right now, honestly, I can tell maybe it might get a little bit better, but like 12 hours in, 13 hours into the game, the story is so kind of basic. The story is just dude fought another clan. I have no idea the backstory between him and this other clan so far. They all basically got wiped out, and now he's finding them so that they can all get back together and live together in a camp. That so far is the story 12 hours in after doing basically every single story mission that I've had given to me so far. And it's just not interesting to me. I feel like a lot of people will say like, well, the gameplay makes up for the story, and it's true. I think the gameplay is pretty damn fun and pretty good, but also I feel like the story is kind of what keeps you going, right? What keeps you motivated to keep pushing forward and go past that point where it's just like you're mindlessly attacking stuff. I want something to grip me. I want like a character to be interesting. So far, I haven't seen really too many interesting characters in this game. The main character, in my opinion, again, this is all my opinion, is about as bland as a wet paper napkin. That may be a little harsh, but it's just kind of what I feel. Literally, like everything that I've had fun with this main character has been through me doing stupid shit. Having him wear a dumb little helmet, And again, some people may not care about this, but I feel like overall what's going to keep me wanting to come back to this game would be like an interesting main character, charismatic side cast, running into villains that was interesting. There was like one villain that we ran into that was interesting, which is some weeb edgelord who all he talks about is like you're hunting him because he was like his parents tried to kill him when he was young, and he's just like the embodiment of the evil thoughts. And by the way, hard as fuck fight throughout that whole mission, and then eventually he just like disappears and turns into dust and flies off. I could see him maybe coming back later, but for now, it was just a funny way to end like a really difficult fight for me at the time that used up every single ounce of food that I had, which is another thing. It was kind of annoying that, like I said, it's annoying to like not have to use up any food at all, cook a bunch of stuff, and then like one boss fight takes everything from you because they're so difficult. A lot of people have asked me like, what game does this seem similar to? And in the beginning, right from the looks of it right away, the first thought was like Witcher. The world reminds me a lot of Witcher. I think that's, in my opinion, what they're going for. I think they want people to see this game and go like, oh, it reminds me of The Witcher 3. The world is fantastic, similar to The Witcher. It's cool to run into a bunch of people. A lot of them shit talk. Reminds me a lot of when I was playing Witcher 3 for the first time, or even Witcher 2. But without that charismatic Geralt to lead the way and make you want to play more. But I really like the towns. The towns are actually really interesting to run around in. There's a bunch of secrets hidden in the towns, which is pretty cool. I like the way you learn skills. Being able to watch somebody do something, like I was running past some lady who was literally sowing seeds, and it gave me the prompt to be able to just watch her. And then now I know how to do sowing of seeds to plant my own plants. Stuff like that is really cool to me. I like that. I will try my best to play more of, but I really doubt I'll be finishing unless something just catches me and something grips me more than just like a interesting world that I can run around in and do stupid shit. I want to level up some more of my abilities because like the ability to fly around is really cool, but literally lasts like 10 seconds and it almost feels like you should, like no point in even using it. And I say 10 seconds, that's being generous. Most of the time, legitimately, if you accelerate, at least again, within the first like less than 15 hours, accelerating while you're flying around, 3 seconds max you get before your stamina runs out and you fall out of the sky. Overall, the game has piqued my interest in that I want to see more of it. I hope it gets better. I hope the story kind of progresses in an interesting way. And from what I've seen, a lot of people have similar opinions that I do, where the game is fun to mess around in, but the story, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be too interesting. The characters are a little bit bland. A lot of people said the same thing about Skyrim, but in my opinion, Skyrim had an interesting story. I really liked the story between the dragons and the Dragonborn and seeing how that fit in together. I had Alduin, which is such a fucking cool character, and I wanted to see more of him. I haven't ran into any characters that are like that so far in Crimson Desert, and I hope I do. I hope that I find something in this game that just hooks me and I want to keep playing more. But right now, if I had to give it a rating, and again, that rating could change and I could come back, you know, a week or two from now and do another video on this. But right now, I'd probably give it like a 6 right now for me. But once again, that's just my honest opinions on this game so far. I appreciate you guys watching. If I still have more highlights to show, then they'll be in the rest of the video. Anyways, enjoy. Thank you for watching. Hope you've all been enjoying the game, and let me know your opinions. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments down below. Let me cook. Dog, it's just a clear soup. It's water that you boil and you throw stuff in it and mix it. I think they're idiots. Take the fucking recipe already. Stop taking water jugs. Take it. Are you serious? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, what's going on over here? Take it. Okay, now he got it. Nope, missed it. Okay, one more time. His perception of... Oh, there we go. No, he fucked it up. He fucked it up. I like how he checks, by the way, every time to see if he has it in his hands. Really? Did I break it? It's been 20 minutes. Ain't no way. Let me walk away. Compose ourselves, right? No need to get angry at the paper. It's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. Mother. Does he get affected by that? How does he catch up to me? You big bitch. Seems I got about 3 attacks and I got a fucking dupe, and then he goes underground. I keep doing that. I don't know why. I still got a lot of beef jerky left. There we go. Okay. Does it get faster? Or is this it? Oh. You tin head. Does he count as a clanker? And then back to one-shotting things. Nice. Okay, that went well. I don't think I got shit from him. I wanted his helmet. Okay, I get it, dog. You'll break me in 3. Is that like a line you got? No! Hey, what up, man? Goblins! Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Ooh. Slam that goblin. It's literally all fucking goblins. The only good goblin? A dead one. Come here. These goblins, holy shit! There's literally a gaggle of them, dude. Who's next? Go ahead, grab me alive screaming then. Look at them, they all had like multiple plates of battered fish. Threw him at him. I will admit, I picked this second fight. Can I get some more battered fish? He's like a white goblin.
You lost your war, no battle. For daring to stand before me, you will not lose your life.
Return to the battlefield, dog. I'm right here.
Can take it from me.
Oh shit. How do I heal in this game, by the way? Is this game have a heal? You know, it's crazy. It's been almost 4 hours, and this will be the first time I've had to heal. Oh my god, I'm dead. Give me 1 second. I did pick up a shit ton of food. Toasted grains. Ooh. Thank god I killed so many goblins earlier. We got some time to beat his ass over here. The skill has been learned. Evasive rule. Did you see that jester? Fucking missed my goblin attack. Get parried, you foolish gob. Whoa, 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 that happened fast. There must be a more efficient way. There must be like health potions or something. Wait, am I using... I swap weapons? Finally! God damn, this son of a bitch was tough. Dan gets smacked. That's a white goblin.
Tend to my wounds.
Oh! Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, none of them by themselves would have been able to do that.
A merchant lives and dies by the trust they foster. But look at us now.
Gobbies. Just a bunch of gobs.
It is time I set things right.
Alright, man. Just made himself
We
king.
will rebuild that trust and restore our good name.
Now who said you're all free to go?